Good morning, my people, my people, my people. My name is Chief Strongblood. I am St. Vincent and the Grenadines' favorite and most hated son. I am the diaspora machismo, my people. It has been another beautiful day for a protest, and I enjoyed every moment of my protest. Let me first remind you, the front of my sign says, I don't want the white man's money, the white man's woman, the white man's friendship, and or the white man's freedom. And the reverse of my sign says, white man, why have you enslaved the African American, my people? All in all, it was another beautiful day for protest, and I enjoyed every moment of my protest. Unfortunately, I don't have anything particularly interesting to bring to your attention. And you know, when I'm finished protesting and when I've give you a brief update as to what transpired while I'm protesting, it is always my pleasure and my delight to bring you something from the word of the Most High God. My people, many people have been trying to convince me for quite a long time that I am a foolish fellow. Especially when I came to the United States. I remember when I was in North Carolina, when I purchased my RV and I was on the road. I was going to the Durham Seventh-day Adventist Church, and there was a doctor there, a PhD. We often had conversation and so forth. And I remember I met this young lady, African-American young lady from North Carolina. She was one of the ladies that I thought into myself, under normal or different circumstances, I could have made this young lady my wife. She had a shop, running a nice little business. So I was discussing this young lady with my doctor friend, my PhD friend. And I said, you know, the Most High is so good to me. He is always looking out for my interests. He knew that I would have come to North Carolina at this time in my life. And I would have met this girl. And because he knew that, he allowed that young lady to put tattoos all over her skin. And that would have been a great turn of it. The doctor turned to me and said, you really think that God have time with you and your petty little business? The man had the whole universe to run. You think the Most High God have time with you to worry about this young girl and getting her to put tattoo on her skin so that you would not make an effort to go at her? He was trying to get me to believe something that I firmly believed in. My people, what he did not know is that I have been having conversations with angels since I was a child. The Most High said in the scriptures, no weapon that is formed against you will prosper, and every tongue that rises up against you will be condemned. For this is the heritage of Jacob. And this is the Most High word is true. When I was a child, growing up in Bottomtown in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, I had a friend by the name of Raymond. Raymond was mentally challenged. But at that stage, 5, 6 years old, or 7 years old or thereabout, I did not understand what that was. It did not matter because I would not have treated him any different. So Raymond became my friend. So after I start going out in the neighborhood, my father would send me out to play with the other children because my mother would have died and Mr. Doppel told him that you can't keep the young man on the arms. You have to send him out there, let him fall and bruise his knee. I remember that conversation well. I was about 7, 8 years old. So when I start going out and make friends in the neighborhood, I had Raymond with me everywhere I go. And the other young boys will say, when we're going somewhere, Alan, send him home. We don't want him with you. Send him home. I'll tell them, if he is not going, I'm not going. I'm not sending him home. And Raymond would always tag along. Remember, he was mentally challenged. So one day, after school, I went down to the playground. And I was watching the older boys play soccer on the playground. So while I was there, I don't know who it is, but someone told Raymond to take a shovel and hit me in my head. And he took up that shovel and he gave me a planker right in the crown of my head. And everyone started to laugh at me. And they thought it was funny, but that blow could have killed me. There was some very interesting thing that happened in that experience. Now, they all sat laughing and they all sat demonstrating what Raymond did and how the shovel hit my head, and when it hit my head, it bounced off of my head and shivered like this, then it fell to the ground. When I felt the blow to my head, I turned around and I saw Raymond. And I was about to cry. And then my angel said to me, "Why are you crying? You feel anything?" I said, "Oh, yeah, that's true. I didn't feel anything. I only felt the pressure. I didn't feel no pain." So I didn't cry. And all of the guys, the young guys around there, even the older guys, marveled. And they say, "Boy, that guy tough. Raymond hit him in his head with a shovel with all his strength, and he didn't cry." That was because the angels put a barrier between my head and the shovel, and it is the angel that observed the blow that I was supposed to get. A blow that may have broken my neck or cracked open my skull. But they all marveled. Sometime later, when I was having a conversation with the angels told me, "Alan, I'm going to take away Raymond." And immediately I knew what they were speaking about. I said, "But why?" They say, "Because of what he did to you." I say, "Yeah, but remember, he's stupid. He don't have all of his senses, not like other people." The angel said to me, "Yes, but he had a decision to make. And he made the decisions. He knew what this meant." This is not me, this is what the angel told me. And the Father told me that it is going to happen again if they don't take him away. But this time, it is going to be worse. So, I had already developed a beautiful relationship with these angels, and I trusted their words, so took him away. And a few weeks later, Raymond died. This happened a few times over the course of my life. Even before Raymond, when my mother was about to die, the angels told me that they were going to take my mother away, and they told me why they was going to take her away. And I did not understand what she meant until my mother became ill and she prepared me for her death. Now, they want to convince me that the Most High God is not interested in the menial things as it pertains to me. I tell them they are foolish. Let me give you another story. I was at Central Police Station in Kingston in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And one of the NCOs there called me and they say, "Palmer, there's a mentally insane man at Utley Hall." He's causing trouble over there. I want you to take these two recruits, one was Cummins and one was Campbell, and go over there and see if you can deal with the problem for me. I know you're going to do your best. This is what Corporal Wickham told me. He said, but if you think you can't handle it, don't put yourself in any danger. Call me and I will send the Special Service Unit to go and deal with him. Let them shoot him. So when I went over there to Otley Hall, me and my two recruits, when they see the guy, he was naked and he was standing on a fella named Andrew. He was a drug dealer, Poach. He was naked and he was built like Ronnie Coleman, big and strong and muscular. Apparently, he had chased, I think, the drug man and all the people out of his house, and he was behaving bad. When I came there, he was standing on the drug man porch. He was standing on Andrew's porch, naked as he born, with his back to the wall. Most of the people in Otley Hall at that stage knew me very well. I could remember as clear as day, although that has been about, what, almost 20 years ago. Pat Telemac, she said, Alan, leave that crazy, now go up, they go touch that crazy man, leave that crazy man alone. Let them send SSU and let them shoot him down. Because if that crazy man do you any harm, I don't know what will happen today. That is the way she expresses herself in Vincentian dialect. And why she said that is because all of the people that were living in Otley Hall were really from Bottomtown. And all of them knew me very well, even from a child. And they will never allow anything bad to happen to me. My people, I just hear a voice say, go up on the porch, turn your back like how the man back is turned, ease over to him. So I do as the voice said. I went up on the porch, I turned my back against the wall as he had his back against the wall, and I eased myself over to him slowly. And then, when I reach in close proximity to him, I rest my hands upon this violent, crazy man's shoulder. And when I rest my hands on his shoulder, the man turned and began to walk quietly. He went with me down to the police transport. I put some old 1940s handcuff on this guy. And I drove to the mental health center where he was committed. You're telling me that the Most High God is not interested in the integral things, the minor things in my life? They are lying. He says, no weapon forms against you. He says, I will be there to fight your battle. I know with a certainty, if that crazy man wanted to throw me off of that balcony, I did not have the strength or the power to prevent them from doing that. But it's because the Most High God is faithful to his words. Why? My touch was able to quiet him and to calm his spirit and to put him in subjection under my power. Let us fast forward several years later. I am in Bermuda. A man came to me with a report that someone attacked him, but he wasn't sure who the person was. He knew who the person was. And when I took the report and I pulled up his name, I see that guy was a violent offender. He loved to use machete on other people. All of his criminal history was right there in the computer system. It's okay. I took his report and I was dealing with it. However, during the period of time I became suspended from my job. And I was down in Warwick, and I saw this man who was also a sexual offender with about 6 children going to the supermarket to get them goodies. And I knew he is not supposed to be in the company or in the presence of children. I had a cell phone, but I didn't use my cell phone. I went around the corner to the payphone that was there, and I called 911. I give them the information, and when he saw me go around the corner, he came around the corner too, and he saw me, and he started arguing, he started cussing me out, because he also knew that I was suspended. He started making threats. He took down my vehicle number, and he started making threats to kill me, because he think he can do anything. I was suspended. I was a man without family, friends, a village, in a strange land. And now, the people who hired me have suspended me. My people, he threatened to kill me. 2 weeks later, I read in the newspaper, he was knocked off of his bike, his motorbike. So they don't want you to believe that the Most High God is real. They don't want you to believe that the Most High God will play particular interest in your life, even in the minor details of your life. My people, I know what this is all about. I know when Ralph Gonsalves and 313 Trials tried to kill me in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, I went to Greg's on investigation. And when I go to Greg's, the people in Greg's are my people. They are my people. All of them come to bring the reports to me. I took reports until the sun have set. And this day, when I went out on investigation, I went on foot. I didn't drive. I went on investigation on country patrols. I say I'll walk. When I reach by the street lamp pole, opposite the Seventh-day Adventist family's house, they make blocks. I can't remember the name. The Most High God says, stand up here. At the corner down there is a man named Kushu with a machete, a man who I had an incident with in Georgetown previously. And he's waiting to try to use that machete upon you. Inspector Charles, 313 Charles, Cornelius Charles. He was hidden away in his vehicle somewhere beyond me. And he saw me there because all of them was a part of the plot to kill me. He saw me there. He saw me standing under the street light. The most I say, wait here. I say, I can go down there because I can handle them. He said, no, wait here. I will bring someone to take you to the station. Vehicle passed up and down, and then a young man from Greg's, I can't remember his name, he came to me. He said, officer, what are you doing? I say, I'm waiting for her to get to the station. He said, come, let me take you to the station. I say, no, just take me down to Union Gap. So we're driving. I say, left me here. When we reach Union Gap, I could walk the rest round. I say, officer, you know, can you see? I left you up on the street. I said, no, it is no problem. Leave me here to walk the rest. He said, officer, the young man literally got upset with me and started arguing with me in his car. He said, officer, I'm not care say. I'm not left here on the street. And he dropped me right in front of the station. He said, good night, officer, and he left. He said, you're going to Georgetown. Kushu was there with a machete acting on behalf of Ralph Gonsalves and under the supervision of 313 Inspector Cornelius Charles, waiting to chop me up. Even if I went down there, he couldn't chop me up, because I would have handled him in the same way I handled him in Georgetown. You tell me that the Most High God don't get involved in my personal business? Huh? When he says he's going to fight your battle, he means he's going to fight your battle. When he says no weapons that form against you shall prosper, he means no weapon that is formed against you shall prosper. My people, my life is a living storybook of adventure. Every stage of my life is like a living storybook of adventure. I have never been afraid in any of these adventures, because even as a child I had the confidence to know that the Most High God is going to take care of me. My mother taught me that. And my stories over the past many years have told me that I don't have to worry about who crosses my path. I don't have to worry about who plans against me, because the Most High God is the planner of all planners. He knows every plan even before this wall came into existence. Richard Ross did not want me to protest today. He caused one of the security guard at a place I went to on Monday to remove an ID card from my bag. When it went through the machine, they took it back to the place. They took it back around to Senate another time. And when they were doing it, they took out an ID card from my bag. I saw the movements, and immediately I know exactly what they did. Let them plan all the plan they want. They will never win a battle against me. Never, never, never. Not in this season. And my prayer for their deaths, for the death of Ralph Gonsalves, for the death of Richard Ross, for the death of all of those people who allowed themselves to be used by Richard Ross and Ralph Gonsalves, for the death of those people who conspired with Ralph Gonsalves and or Richard Ross, for the death of those people who acted on behalf of Ralph Gonsalves and or Richard Ross to injure me, cause me pain, stresses and distresses. They all are going to die. They are going to be struck down by a terminal illness. That terminal illness is going to inflict great pain and violence upon their bodies. The pain and violence are going to ravage their bodies. They are going to call in desperation for death to come. And I ask the Most High God, when they call in desperation for death to come, they're on the edge of death. So death will ignore their desperate calls. Let them suffer. And let their suffering be based on the culpability of their actions against me. I ask the Most High God to give me a front row seat so I can watch their suffering and watch them die. Give me the rights and the privilege to rejoice over their suffering and their deaths. So, because I must know that you, the Most High God, is still a God who loves Israel, who loves the faithful, and you love it even more when an Israelite is faithful and depends on you. It will come to pass. I have time. I have time. I'm not going to die now. And I'm not going to get ill either. Let them try. Let them continue to try. But they will all suffer before they die. My name is Chief Strongblood. I am St. Vincent and the Grenadines' favorite and most hated son, the Diaspora Machismo. Out.